Hello world and welcome to my world. Today we are going to talk about something interesting as always. So who doesn't like the subject that I didn't even say it yet, but who doesn't like it because I know it like me. It's free to watch Peppa Pig, Tom and Jerry and so on. So let's begin. The subject that I'm going to talk about today it's called Are You Superstitious? Do you believe in curses, in hexes? Well, here are some happenings, some history that are related to what we call curses, hexes. Kings and Pope joined forces and wanted to destroy the Templars. A representative figure of the Templars was Jacques, Jacques de Molay, is a French one, Jacques de Molay. Before he was killed, he had been sentenced to death. He wrote a text that remained famous by what was going to happen. Molay predicted that those who decided his sentence to death would die shortly after his death. Molay was killed by the orders of King Philip the Beautiful and Pope Clement V. The king would die at a hunting party. Pope Clement V will die under suspicious circumstances. And let's talk about another case, another famous case. It is said that Kennedy family was a real curse. Um, assassin, assassins suspected that, and many family members who died not from natural causes. The Kennedy family, possible hexes thrown overlaid over this family? Let's find out. It all began in 1963 when President Kennedy was killed. The curse continues. His brother Robert is killed in 1968. Then in 1984, Robert's son David dies as a result of an overdose of heroin. Another son of Robert, Michael, will die in 1997 in ski accident. Year 1999, John, the son of President Kennedy, dies after his wife and sister-in-law of, of the son that Kennedy had, Ted, refused to run for the US presidency because he was convinced he would be assassinated, like his two brothers. The Kennedy family had money, fame, power, but it seems that they had less luck. Now we're gonna talk about the Poltergeist movie that is famous, that brought money, fame, but also and as well death. Four of the actors who starred in the film died in strange conditions. Yusuf Dayan. It is said that has been a real curse. The actors used real human skeletons as props in the film. Yusuf Dayan. Yusuf Dayan was born in 1954 in Mexico. He emigrated to Israel in 1968. He remains in history by predicting the tragic deaths of Isaac Rabin and Ariel Sharon. He argued that they would die under particular conditions as a punishment for the policy that drew a dream of Palestine. The first was assassinated and Sharon died after 8 years of a deep coma. So this was with Poltergeist, now with Superman, a tragic history. The famous Superman movie was an equally tragic history. Lee Quigley, the actor who played the child Superman, died in mysterious conditions. George Reeves, another actor who played Superman in the 1950, was found dead in his home. He was said to have shot himself. No fingerprints were found on the gun. Christopher Reeve, another actor who played the role of Superman 4 years after filming, falls off from a horse and remains paralyzed in a wheelchair. He died a few years later. Busby, another case, an atrocious curse. This one was really unbelievable, horrible, I could say. So horrible. But let's see. Busby was a murderer who in 1717, yeah, so not in the modern times, in 16th century, 1702, was sentenced to death by hanging because he had killed his stepfather. Busby, what a name. Before he died, he said that whoever sit in his chair before he was hanged would have an atrocious, really an atrocious death. All those who sat in that chair died shortly after. Today, the chair is exposed to the Circus Museum and hanging from the ceiling, yeah, upside down, 2 meters away from the ground. So he had some power. Tell your opinion about curses, hexes, spells, and so on in the comment section. If you confronted some, if you had some power towards with your own spells, and subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching me, and cheers.